Hello, hello, Jamaal Rashad coming to you today from Frederick, Maryland. I am with my good friend, LoriLove. Lori, how are you?
Great, Jamaal. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So, ValorLives Interview Series, episode 13. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Number one, because there's successful people who need to have their story told. Number two, there's people who need to hear successful stories. And number three, to let you know you could go out there with a camera phone and a selfie stick and a tripod and impact your community in a positive way. So, just like all episodes, no episode goes over 10 minutes long, no editing, no special lighting, no special equipment, raw, uncut, chilling in Wegmans with my friend LoriLove, mother of three.
Yes.
Has been in Frederick County for 27 years? 26-ish years, so she knows this county. So, Lori, why do you do what you do?
My college roommate said to me, and that's been a long time ago, we won't say how long, but she said, your talent is finding the talent in other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I work with people. I love to see people shine. I love to help them discover their unique gifts, how they can use them out in the world. It just lights me up. So that's why I do what I do.
Okay. And so what exactly do you do?
Well, lots of different things. I like to call what I do WIT,
Okay.
Women in Transition.
Okay.
So, and that excludes no one because every woman is in some kind of transition. So I might work with, say, your friend or your mom
Mm-hmm.
to help her figure out what she needs, her next steps, to practice some yoga with her, work on some meditation, figure out how she should be eating. It's not one size fits all. It's like, what does that woman need right now? How can I help her shine? That's
Okay.
what I do.
What has been one of the proudest moments of your career?
I have a client I've worked with for about 4 years, and when I started working with her, she was going from peer to boss. And in that time, I've just seen her shine beautifully. She's come into her own power. She realizes that, yes, it's hard to start being the boss when you've been a peer, but that she can do it. And for her people are going so far, and she attributes it to them, but I help her see, I think that it's her leadership, it's her guidance.
Okay. What has been one of the lowest moments of your career?
Okay. I was a pharmaceutical rep for about 3 months.
Oh,
I fell into it. I had a wonderful, wonderful job share partner. I just met her at a party and she was lovely, but it was not for me. I mean, that's when I realized that health and wellness were what I'm all about, and I could not be honest and authentic and do that at the same time. I absolutely couldn't do it. I quit it after 3.5 months, said goodbye to the company with love, and haven't looked back ever since.
I hear that. So sometimes you go on retreats, right? And you take multiple women with you. How do you create team culture where everybody's getting along and not bickering? Well, maybe some bickering, but where everybody's getting along for the most part?
That's a really good question, and I try to do that within my classes. I have some smaller classes in my home, and I try to help people see the connectivity among them. I know most of them individually before they've come together, and so I might like to help Jane see what she has in common with Lisa, whether that's a person, a skill, a hobby. I just love the connectivity of the people in my group, and I find that just organically, all of the right people come together. It's just like magic, and honestly for me, seeing that happen is what lights me up. That's why I do what I do.
All right. And where do you want to be in 5 years?
Maybe geographically somewhere else, I don't know. But with my career, I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I want to continue to see women shine. And I think I'll probably add other skills and offerings to that, and it sort of happens organically. I'm not linear that way, but I want to see more women grow and love life.
How do you balance work and family time?
Now that I only have one kid living at home with me, it's pretty easy. So it was a little more challenging when there were 3 of them. So we try to have some decompression time, we try to have some together time, and we try to have some alone time. So I think it's respecting boundaries, but also making the time together important, and realizing that it's okay to have the same 3 healthy meals that you eat every single week.
Okay. Do you have a morning routine, something you do every morning to get your day started and out the door successfully?
Oh yes, and I have to thank my original yoga teacher, Maria Garay, who does a lot of Ayurveda and Ayur Yoga out of New Mexico. She helped me to put together a pranayama or breathing routine that works for me. I do a bit of yoga before I get moving. I think we talked about this before. The lemon water to get going. I try to get some devotional reading in if there's time, and to really take time and eat my food without distraction, which is really hard in today's world. But I find if I can do that and decide that there are 3 or maybe more or maybe fewer things that light me up on that day, to think about those before I get going.
Do you try to eat the same thing for breakfast? Like, are you like a juicer or a smoothie person or an oatmeal person, or just whatever's in the house that day?
I might be a smoothie person in the summer, but I stick to warmer things in the winter.
Okay.
So maybe eggs.
Okay.
I like to put thyme in the eggs. If you put thyme in the eggs, you might not need salt. Something to try.
What book are you currently reading or audio are you currently listening to?
I just finished Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. Everybody's heard about that, and it kind of takes creativity outside of the box and helps you realize that you don't have to have that straight line, linear path. You can forge your own path. And also the interesting thing I took from that was that if you have an idea and you don't move on it, the idea is going to move on to someone else. So I think it kind of frees you up from beating yourself up and thinking, well, I didn't do this right now, yada, yada, yada. That idea's moved on. You know what? The next best idea is coming to you when you're ready for it.
All right. Do you have a success habit?
A success habit. It's probably using something called ease, priority, and benefit, a tool I created when there's so much out there and you're trying to bring it back in and prioritize what you do next. Take each task and number it from 1 to 5. So ease, priority, and benefit. Give each of those a number, right? And the highest number, cumulatively, once you add them all up, you might start with that task.
I've never heard of that before in my life. Sounds cool.
I think I made it up, but
Okay.
I also have to give some credit to Lynn Christian, whom I trained with. She's Soul Salt Inc. out in Salt Lake City, is where I did my life coach training, and she taught us many, many wonderful tools, and I think gave us the capacity to open up and create our own.
Okay. Do you have, what's one book that you would recommend to people to read?
We talked about this a few weeks ago. I have my 1985 copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I think it's brown by now, but I pick it up and read it ever so often. And it's not just about money in your pocket. It's about other wealth in your life, right?
Right.
That's
right.
it.
And what are your keys to staying humble?
I would like to think that I'm humble. I go back to finding the talents in other people. I like to recognize other people. I find that very fun to do and very easy to do and very, very rewarding. So I think that's it. It's just honoring what's in somebody else. And when you can take anything, whether it's good or bad, outside of yourself and put it with someone else, that's much richer.
All right. Now, in wrapping up, we're going to do what's called the rapid fire, where I'm going to ask you some random questions or phrases, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind. And the interesting thing is, I don't even know what I'm going to say right now, so this should be fun. So, yoga.
Joy.
Pilates.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. Okay. Meditating.
Peace.
Praying.
Allah.
Okay. Hiking.
Bliss.
Okay. Stretching.
Necessary.
Herbal tea.
Divine.
Divine.
Yes, sir. I got about 40 boxes at home.
Okay.
Not lying.
All right. Well, that's it for the rapid fire section. So, Lori, how do you want the people to contact you?
You can call me on my cell, 301-471-1192. My website is in progress, but my email is Lori, L-O-R-I-H, love, like Valentine, L-O-V-E at me.com.
All right. Well, there was another fantabulous episode of the ValorLives Interview Series, episode 13. Go to my website, enter Lori in the search engine. All her information will pop up and you could get in contact with her. Also, you could follow me on Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff. So remember, go out there, show some valor. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Lori, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamaal.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.